Hello, 911.
I can't find a friend of mine that's in his apartment. He's my ex, and I came over, and I've come over 2 times already, and the bed is made. He hasn't laid on it, and his car has been on apparently since 6 o'clock this afternoon, and I don't find him, and I don't see him anywhere.
Okay.
And I don't know what else to do.
Does he live here by himself?
No, my son lives there. I used to live there up until like 5 months ago. And we just all got back, my son, myself, and because I got married, my husband. We came from California.
Okay, so who does Jose live in the house with right now? Is it just him?
My son, my oldest son.
How old is your oldest son?
He's 19.
Is he home?
No, I just saw him, and he was with his friends. But, he says that he saw the car that was on at 6 o'clock. He didn't know it was on right now. I'm the one, I checked it, and it's on.
Okay. And so did your son know where Jose might, when was the last time your son saw Jose?
I don't know when he saw him. See, Jose works third shift, and then he gets out and he sleeps during the day. So my son is in and out. They hardly see each other.
Okay. Where does he work?
He works at Royal Technologies.
At Royal Technologies. And what is his shift time? What time is he supposed to be there?
He's supposed to be there at 12. And, ma'am, he's not a person to be late. Anybody will tell you.
Do you think he might have gotten a ride
needs an
from
hour.
somebody?
No, his car is on. No,
Okay.
his car is on.
What kind of car does he have?
A Honda Civic.
And it's been parked outside running since 6 p.m.?
Well, I don't know if it's been on since 6 p.m., but my son saw it on at 6 p.m., and then I went over there right now, and I saw the lights on, and when I got close to it, because it's a new car, you don't really hear the motor or anything.
Okay.
You can hear that it's on.
Okay, so it's running right
now. So I don't know.
What color is it?
It's a white one.
Okay, so then you went into the apartment inside?
Yes.
And he's not there?
No, and I went there earlier today at 4, and he was asleep. He sleeps at this time.
Was he sleeping at 4 o'clock?
No, he wasn't there, and the bed is exactly the way it was before.
Okay, so you went at 4 o'clock, and he was not there. Was his car there at 4 o'clock?
I don't know. I didn't see it. To tell you the truth, I didn't check it. I mean,
Okay.
But did I? I don't remember.
Okay, it's all right. All right, Marianne. And so now you're there. The car is there, but his.
No, I'm not there. I'm on my way back because I went to go ask his sister if she's heard from him, and she said no. And they didn't know where he's at, so I gave them the address, and they're going to meet me there right now. I'm going back.
Okay, what is his date of birth? Do you know his date of birth?
March 17, 75.
Okay. All right, we're going to send an officer over for you, okay?
Please.
And you're going to be there in how many minutes?
I'm 1 block away now.
All right. Okay, we'll send the police for you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
When Marianne Castorena met Jose P. Hernandez in 2005, she was already a single mother of 2 sons. The two seemed to mesh well together, and finally, Castorena moved her 2 sons into Jose's apartment that was located on Amber Trace Lane in Holland, Michigan. However, it was no secret that Castorena was business savvy, considering she handled the family finances. One thing is for sure, if greed is placed into the hands of the wrong person, money can talk too much. By the time Castorena and Hernandez were living together, they had fallen into a pretty stable routine by most accounts. They were planning their lives as any normal relationship would, as it progressed year after year. Jose had even made the decision to take out a $750,000 20-year life insurance policy in 2012 with State Farm, his girlfriend's place of employment at the time. To start with, Jose named his niece as his sole beneficiary, at least until he and his partner became legally married, of course. That was the beginning of the end for the relationship because the love Castorena felt was suddenly overpowered by dollar signs that were flashing in her eyes. That policy would take effect on July 20th, 2012. Then, as if fate was a cruel master, Castorena met another man who would only throw fuel onto an already simmering fire. That man was Anthony De La Garza, a man who was a known, initiated member of the Latin Kings. When De La Garza claimed to want to turn his life around, Castorena offered the man a chance to stay with her and her family at Jose's apartment. When he secured a place to stay, De La Garza was then jumped out of the gang. There, the two would bide their time. The Latin Kings are notorious for being one of the most violent gangs in the States. There are several videos circulating on the internet of members attacking members of rival gangs in broad daylight. In order to get into the gang or out of the gang, you were assaulted, hence the term jumped out. Then, in February 2013, Jose made Castorena his beneficiary of his 401k plan, life insurance policy through his employer, and his employee stock options. Not slowing down, in March of 2013, Castorena asked De La Garza if he knew of someone who would total their Nissan Maxima so the insurance would pay out due to them struggling to pay the insurance every month. The Maxima was totaled, resulting in a $40,000 payout. Following that, Jose also changed his personal life insurance to where his niece would receive 60% and Castorena would receive 40%. At that point, De La Garza left to head to California, which, in a weird turn of events, Castorena followed him out of state. In July of 2013, Castorena married another man in Nevada, clearly without Jose's knowledge. A few days after the nuptials, Castorena was back in Michigan for family when she reconnected with De La Garza to explain to him that she had another job for him. That was when murder came into play, promising De La Garza $50,000. After the chat, she headed back to California. Completely unaware of the betrayal, Jose renewed the life insurance policy that named Castorena as the sole beneficiary. He was also still referring to Castorena as his girlfriend. Finally, when Castorena moved back to Michigan with her new husband, when the ruse was completely over, she even visited the home to remove her belongings. The entire time, she was meeting De La Garza to plan a murder. When 2014 hit, he had accepted the ending of the relationship and went about trying to rectify the beneficiary naming. Knowing that time was running out on her time as a recipient of Jose's massive payout, it was on January 5th, 2014, that Castorena borrowed a car, picked up De La Garza, and drove to Jose's apartment, where she hid in order to be present for the murder. That was when De La Garza exited the vehicle and proceeded to beat Jose with a ball joint remover that had a broken prong. As soon as the murder was committed, they drove away to dispose of the weapon. The next morning, when Jose didn't arrive for his shift, the family notified the authorities. When they arrived to his home, they found Jose dead beside a still-running vehicle. They believed he was out there for 24 hours by the time they made it on site. People were dumbfounded. Even Castorena's own son, who had been staying with Jose still, was devastated. In the aftermath of the discovery, suspicion wasn't far away in Castorena. As you can imagine, when they spoke to Castorena, it led to De La Garza, who, not wanting to spend life in jail, turned on her. It would become a he-said/she said situation. De La Garza decided to testify against Castorena in exchange for a lesser charge. Despite her pleading, the jury found her guilty of first-degree premeditated murder, lying to a peace officer, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and solicitation of first-degree murder. On December 22, 2014, she was sentenced to life in prison. De La Garza received a sentence for 40 years on second-degree murder. In 2023, Castorena has still been filing appeals to regain her innocence.